And right now, folks, we're going to jump over to our man Teddy Kekstadt, as we do every Wednesday at 40 past the hour. You can check out Teddy's outstanding Tiger Forex Report right under the newsletter tab at TFNN, folks. It's only $97 a month. It comes with a great webinar. You can sign up. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can't go wrong there. Nothing to risk. And don't forget about a couple great webinars under the services tab. Both of those $97 as well. Capitalizing on time with calendar stock option spreads. Great webinar. And Japanese candlestick pattern stock and option strategies. Teddy's written a book on Japanese candlestick patterns, folks. Check those out as well. Teddy Kekstadt, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How was your 4th of July?
You know, it was actually really nice. The weather was fantastic in Chicago. It almost always rains on the 4th of July, and we had a nice, dry, hot weekend. It was fun.
You know what, Teddy? We got your rain this year, man. We got your rain, but that's okay. We were doing all right. We saw some fireworks. They actually started, the rain started right in the middle, but we jumped in the car, finished them up, and we had a good time, so it worked out well. Right. This market, so where do you want to kick things off, man?
It's a sleepy little creeping rally with the U.S. dollar. I think the U.S. dollar yen is probably one of the currencies maybe to watch, if you will, because the trend, right now I think is in a corrective way, if you will, for the dollar. So I wouldn't be, overly bullish, but I wouldn't fade it right now. I think it's going to be, just a little engine that could for a little bit, especially if yields continue to stay strong. That's going to definitely help to influence that for sure. So, and I think that if there's a play, I think it's to the upside in the U.S. dollar yen. We might see a nice little breakout over the next week or so.
Okay. And you brought up yields. What do you think about the jobs number? Of course, we haven't talked to you since last Thursday. You get that coming into the July 4th holiday, but unemployment goes down. The decent jobs number, you had something like 70,000 plus in local government high-end. So, you can break it down so many ways. But with the Fed in focus, it's interesting. What's your view on how the Fed proceeds? We do have some data before they really get there. But how'd you kind of digest that data coming into the economy? Pretty decent numbers.
I like the numbers. As far as Powell, to be quite honest with you, I don't think he's going to cut. I don't think he's going to cut. I think he's just going to be until he gets kicked out. We're not going to see a rate cut.
Okay.
To be quite honest.
All right. Now, if that happens, does the market have to readjust to that potentially in terms of what they're thinking? Do you see yields maybe rising coming into over the next 6-9 months if that kind of plays out?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to continue to stretch higher, but not in an extreme way, because the closer we get to him being removed from his position, the closer we're going to probably get a rate cut. So I mean, I think that it's not just a matter of you put a new guy in, he's just going to do it or to appease Trump. I don't think that's the case whatsoever. So I think it is a smart move for one.
Sure.
I mean, if the Fed is one of the problems why we're in this mess to begin with. So things need to be refinanced. They use, when rates were next to zero, they refinanced our long-term debt with short-term securities. That's insanity right there. So that error has to be corrected for the American public, because you're talking about a whole generation that's getting whacked because of that stupid mistake. So it has to be corrected so they don't have to pay for it. Why should they? Why should it be put on another generation ahead? That's ridiculous.
It is. It's quite a number. I hear you. And what do you think about crude? We've had a little bit of a rise here, and you talk about the dollar Japan. You've given us such a great education in terms of the dollar yen, how that contributes, but we got the crude rising a bit, $68 on the spot as I talk to you right now.
Right. You know what? I like crude up to $72. I think that it's going to probably be trading above $65 to $68, $69, I think, for a little while here. I don't see it really, if it accelerates up to 70, 72, I see it being a really quick spike where I would definitely not want to get married to a long up there, I think that would be, I think you're going to see for sure major profit taking once it hits that area. As well as even speculative selling in that area. Now, as far as support, I think $65 is the key area. If we can get a close below 65, especially more than a multiple day close below 65, that would be a very good indication that the oil market might start to press towards $60 in the longer term. But right now, I think with the way things are, and considering where we are in the year, crude, I don't see it having a major move until the fall. So I think we're just going to be in this range trade. I think it's going to help the U.S. dollar yen trade for the bulls, especially because it's in a buy break forecast. I'd be prone to selling it if it gets, like I said, once again, towards that $70 to $72 area. But definitely, right now above 65, I think 65 to 68, it's a good support zone. If you look at it historically, just going back over the last 6 months, that's pretty much the average, the higher end of the average where it's been trading. So we're just talking about, it's not really changing. It's going to be what we've been experiencing now for a while. I wouldn't expect any major swings, in oil overall.
Nice. And it is pretty remarkable that's become the norm. But boy, if you can shake off what happened in the Middle East like that, that's quite a statement in terms of just like, no, we're back at $65, $67. In my opinion, that kind of just speaks to, man, that's where we are for the time being at least. Well, Teddy, I appreciate it, man. Always a great update. A little bit of patience right now, riding this out as we look for the next.
That's what we're looking at right now. You got to have patience.
Hey, summer trading, July 4th, man, coming into it. A little bit of patience. We'll see where we go. Teddy, I appreciate the time as always, man, and look forward to talking to you next week. And you have a great week, brother.
All right, you too. Hopefully we have some moves.
Hey, no, listen, I love the take, man. You put out exact numbers. That's all we ask for. Folks, check out the Tiger Forex Report. Great actionable information, even if patience is the action sometimes. Teddy, appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks.